So I'm going to give you a little outlook from kids to adults to grandfather. As kids in New Jersey, well, basically I could stand up here all day and talk of times past, but the short and skinny of it, Pop, as I like to call him, is a great man and a great dad, who we miss very much. Pop recognized all the different personalities in Gary, Greg, and I, and did things of interest to each of us. I like to work outside, so that's what he did, and have stories of cutting down trees, burning leaves in the fall, and building things. On Sunday nights as a family, we always had dinner in the dining room. Pop cooked steaks over charcoal fire in the dining room fireplace, and we all watched Wonderful World of Disney on Sunday, and it was wonderful. And then Pop taught us also all how to ski. He said, if we can get from the top of the backyard to the bottom of the backyard, we're ready to go to the ski area. And from that point on, it was all downhill. Pop also had chores for us. He expected a lot out of us, and so he had chores for us when we were growing up. Some were part of our allowance, but others were called love jobs. One Christmas in Vermont, Greg very eloquently told Dad with a flash of hand what he thought of his love jobs. Pop, with his quick wittiness, said it only took you 40 years to figure that out. We all were on the floor laughing till it hurt. I've been talking about things he did with us as kids, but there was one thing that was always clear then and now: how much he loved Mom. They traveled the world together. They went for walks together every evening, and around 6 o'clock, it was cocktail hour. They just sat and talked and enjoyed each other's company. And, with that in mind, sometimes Gary, Greg, and I were trying to figure out which one was going to get grounded after that conversation. Then later on, we all went up and down from Vermont all the time. And after years of camping and walking properties in Vermont, Mom and Ellen Dixon found Paulet, Vermont. And for the next 10 years, our two families shared this home and built a friendship that would last a lifetime, and turns out that it's going to last all of our lifetimes as well, and something that I think we all cherish very much. At that house, we had great times, swimming in the stream, or hikes on the long trail, skiing, and endless wiffle ball games. But then Dad, as Grandpa, when the grandkids rolled in, knowing how adventurous Pop was with us, they were going to have great times. Mom and Dad took them on trips in the pop-up trailer to places like Lake Bomoseen and Button Bay, and of course Noel's favorite, Friendly's. I have a great picture, and you'll see it today at the house, of Patrick, Noel, Mom, and Dad and I standing at the top of Bromley, just on a beautiful ski day, and it's just one of those things that was so typical Pop. But the kids also went on day hikes to Griffith Pond and paddle boated in the pond. But Christmas was a very special time. All the kids lined up on the sofas with their stockings. We did tubing in the backyard, ice skating on the pond, and making snowmen. As Pop's vision diminished, his spirit of life never did. He did so many things that most people would never even consider with failing vision, like using a chainsaw. We all went to Big Branch Shelter to go swimming. Even though Pop couldn't see the trail very well, he went with us at least as far as he could, which was about a mile in. Talk about love and life. And then, as I think back about my life with Pop, there wasn't a moment when he wasn't teaching us life lessons. He lived by example, as an example of what life is when you see every day as a new day. Even with his diminished vision, his positive outlook on life continued and inspired us all that no matter what, life is good. So Pop, this isn't goodbye. This is till we meet again. Thank you.
Number 4. Good afternoon, everyone. Thanks so much for joining us today to remember my Uncle Amiee. Fred, you'd be so touched. The truth is that Uncle Amiee was really towards me. The only father I ever had. When I came to live with my mother's sister and her family, at age 10, my uncle knew how to raise boys. But a girl added to the team was a whole other ball. The curve of the pitch included blow drying her hair more than necessary, talking on the phone for hours, and boyfriends that brought out a fierce protectiveness and strict curfews. There was a lot of tough love at that time. However, in the end, he raised a child, like the boys, with discipline and the same commitment, who has been able to achieve personal success and doing the things they love. Gary's music, Chris's cooking, Greg's smooching, and for me, shopping. I have a career in retail. His example and his role model has made me a good spouse, a good parent, and a good friend. So, like my cousins, I just want to say, thanks, Pop. I love you. And I'm a big crier, sorry.